And thank you, Gemma Lee, for joining us here today to talk a little bit about Erasmus Plus from Leargas. We know that Erasmus is a fantastic entry point for an awful lot of social enterprises into their European funding journey, their exchange programs. You are the expert, you're the Senior Support and Development Officer in Leargas, and you are here to take us through a little bit about some of the programs that you have and give us a little bit of an overview. Before I just say hi, the second thing I would say is that we're going to have a second presentation that will be made available after this. So if you are watching this video, we'll have some more afterwards on adult education. So really looking forward to it. But yes, Gemma Lee, how are you?
Great, Chris. Thanks for having me. That's a good intro. Yeah, so I think what I'm going to try and cover now is just a brief intro into Erasmus Plus and what it is and what's possible. And then when we have our next event, then we can look at the kind of specifics of the adult education program. Perfect. But to start with all of that, I think the first thing that happens is people hear Erasmus Plus and they think, oh, that's that thing for the students in the colleges. And actually, Leargas doesn't work on that at all. The Higher Education Authority have that sorted and they're looking after the third level students. So what we do in Leargas, we actually work in 5 different sectors of Erasmus Plus. And it is one of these best kept secrets that I think people often don't realize that the programs are there for these sectors at all. So my main role is working on the adult education sector. So adult education within Erasmus Plus is all kinds of formal, non-formal, informal learning with adults, whether that is a local knitting class, whether it's a literacy program, whether it's some kind of community development or social inclusion programs. A lot of that comes in under that adult education stream. We also work in the vocational education stream. So that is looking at job skills, skills for the job market, professional skills. We would have a lot of the colleges of further education engaging in that. We have apprentices. It's fantastic. We get people going off to do their work placements in other countries. Hairdressing students learning all about the fashion all across Europe and all this kind of stuff, as well as certain opportunities for kind of continuous professional development in all kinds of sectors in that vocational space. We also work with the school sector, and that covers early years, primary and secondary school. So again, you'll see a lot of schools going off to do things like language exchanges, but we also see organizations that are kind of adjacent to the school sector. So if you're a publishing company creating really valuable resources for teachers, training for educators, all that kind of stuff that's kind of in and around that school sector piece. We work in the youth sector. So in the youth sector, we're looking at non-formal work with young people. And there's a great mix there of international, but also national opportunities. So opportunities to send young people off on youth exchanges around Europe, to send youth workers off for upskilling and development, but also for young people in their communities to come together and work on an issue that they would like to see fixed. And those projects can happen at both local and international levels, which is really fantastic sometimes for those groups of young people. We also have a sport program. So that is our newest program. And previously, a lot of the sports opportunities went through centralized through Brussels, but we have a small sport program now as well for coaches and things like that to get involved in. So that's all the sectors. So Erasmus Plus really is an awful lot bigger than what people maybe realize. And in terms of funding, it is a big, big project as well. So European funding runs in kind of cycles. So the last one started in 2021. It's going to run to 2027. We're at the stage now of planning for the next program and what will it look like and all of that. But as you can see, there is a big, big budget there. There's 26.2 billion for that all across Europe for that last program period, which is really incredible. It's split into 2 different types of projects. So I'll explain a bit more about them in a moment. So you'll see there's quite a lot of it goes towards the mobility projects, but 30% of 26 billion is not nothing, for sure. So there's quite big available funding there. So what are those 2 words? So mobility and partnerships, they're the 2 words you're going to hear in Erasmus Plus projects all of the time. I suppose the one thing, with European funding, there's always its bits of jargon. There's always these things you need to get your head around. We all start very quickly switch from speaking about Key Action 1 to KA1 and we lose people. So it's important for myself as well to remember to explain what are all these different words and what do these different things mean. But those mobility projects, So mobility in the European context is all about movement. It's about people moving from one place to another, connecting with each other, meeting with each other. In Ireland, we tend to think of mobility scooters, which is a very different thing. But yeah, so these mobility projects, they offer opportunities for your staff, and that can include volunteers if that's relevant to your organization, as well as your program participants. So whoever are those people that you work with in your organizations to travel abroad for different kinds of learning experiences. Now, I will say for the kind of social enterprises who are probably watching this, the eligibility is a bit limited on that one, but certainly under the adult education stream, there would probably be some eligibility if you're doing that work with adult participants, but always, and in the youth sector as well. But we can always tease these things out with organizations. If you're not sure, give us a call, we can chat it out and we can see what's possible. The other ones then that we run are the partnership projects. So this is, it always sounds a little bit abstract, but that's because it's a super, super flexible program. It is organizations coming together to work in partnership across Europe. And really beyond that, those organizations can plan and decide whatever it is that they want to do. So whether they want to maybe develop a program, pilot it in different countries, create a handbook, publish it in different languages, or maybe they just want to do a sharing of best practice. Maybe they want to visit one another, see how it's done in different countries, come back, try things out, you know, do that kind of over and back exchange. There's loads of options within that. And those partnership projects, they work in all the different sectors, and there's a huge variety in terms of the funding. The most basic entry level one is a €30,000 lump sum. They go right up to 400,000. So whatever level you're at, if you're at a beginner level of this European funding, start off with one partner in a €30,000 project. If you've done this all before and you know how to navigate all of these things, we love seeing those big, big, innovative €400,000 applications as well. So there's a huge amount of different opportunities depending on who it is your target groups are and the kind of work that you're doing. So my message absolutely to all of your members, Chris, and you can pass this on for me, is to just get in touch with us. We have loads of events coming up all the time, so check out our calendar on our website. We have a mixture of local events where you can come along to and do a workshop. We have international events that we send people off for training and networking. And we have loads of these kind of online events where we do stuff together as well. And then check out our website and our get in touch page as well. And don't be shy about dropping us an email or giving us a call. We're always happy to have a chat with new people and see what's possible and tease that out with you. And I think that is all from me for this one, Chris.
I'm so delighted. I didn't realize the sport component and also that idea of the mobility and the partnerships. Those things are really important because people don't necessarily know the difference. And that's why you are here. You're the national contact point for those programs. Always worth a chat. Gemma, I think that is the thing that resonates with me from what you were just saying.
Absolutely. Yeah. These are super accessible funds, and it is literally our job in Leargas to help people through that application process. We know that this is European funding. It's a bit bureaucratic. There's a bit of jargon involved, but we're here to try and help you to navigate that.
No worries. I appreciate it. Listen, thank you so much, Gemma. I deeply appreciate your help. Obviously, we're going to do a separate webinar that'll be linked in the notes below, and we are always available. Delighted that Leargas were able to join us today. So thank you very much.
Thanks, Chris.
Thank you.